Let's get one thing straight. There's a fundamental truth about power that society has deliberately hidden from you. It's a psychological trick, a sleight of hand designed to keep you on a treadmill, convinced that more sweat, more visible struggle is the path to respect. But it's a lie. The harder you're seen trying, the weaker you actually appear. I want you to really think about this for a second. What if that core belief, the one that's fueled you your entire life, in your career, your relationships, what if it's not just wrong, but it's actively working against you? What if it's just a social control mechanism, a bit of programming to make sure you never actually threaten the people at the top? Look, this isn't just my opinion. This is a documented dynamic of human behavior. This quote right here, it cuts right to the bone of the issue. When you perform your struggle, when you're desperately seeking validation, you're basically broadcasting a low status signal. You're telling everyone around you, I'm not a master yet. I'm still asking for permission to be powerful. You're here because you feel it, right? You sense that the official rulebook for success is a total fiction. So welcome to Unspoken Rules. This is the place where we throw out the comforting lies and we look directly at the raw mechanics of power, of status, and influence. Today, we're tearing down the illusion of effort. So let's start with the big one, the effort deception. This is this idea that society sells you on the nobility of struggle, while the people who are actually powerful, they operate by a completely different set of rules. You see, the goal isn't just to work harder, it's to understand the game. And the very first rule is to recognize the trap. And here is the absolute key. The status trap. It's like a prison of perception. It doesn't matter how amazing your work is or how many hours you clock in. If your effort is all out in the open, if you look like you're straining, you're subconsciously being filed away as a subordinate. See, real power is perceived as effortless. Mastery looks like ease. The second your struggle becomes the main event, you've already lost the status game. Okay, so why does this happen? This isn't some new corporate invention. Nope. This is a deeply ingrained feature of our psychology, hardwired into our brains over millions of years. To really get a handle on the status trap, we have to look at the primitive software that is still running our decision-making, even today. Now this is fascinating. This explains why logic just falls apart in social situations. This is the triune brain model. Long before your logical human brain can analyze someone's resume, your primitive reptile brain has already made a snap judgment. This primal part of you runs on pure instinct. It's scanning for dominance, for threats. And what does it see when it sees you struggling? It sees a lack of resources. It sees a fight for survival. It sees weakness. And that brings us to something called signaling theory. Think about it. Every single thing you do is a signal that broadcasts information about you. A strong signal, that's achieving something difficult, something measurable. It's costly. It's hard to fake. But performative effort, complaining about how busy you are, looking all stressed out, talking about how hard you're trying, that is a cheap signal. Anybody can do it. And because it's cheap, that reptile brain just discounts it. It's static. It's noise, not a true signal of your value. And this is the next level of the game. It's called countersignaling. The truly powerful, the alphas, they don't need to flash loud, obvious signals of their status. They actually do the opposite. They might dress down, speak simply, appear totally relaxed. Why? Because their position is so damn secure, they don't have to prove a thing to anyone. Their lack of visible effort becomes the most powerful signal of all. It communicates that, for them, success is just natural. It's inevitable. It is the ultimate power move. All right, let's move from the theory to the practical. Understanding the psychology is step one. Step two is consciously managing the signals you're sending out into the world. It's about embodying the psychology of power before you even technically have it. And it all starts right here, in your mind. The low-power mindset is the eternal student, always learning, always looking up to others, always needing that pat on the back. This mindset just reeks of neediness. The high-power mindset? That's the top dog in training. Yeah, you're still learning, but you see yourself as the future authority. You're driven from within. You don't need some motivational speaker. You have a mission. You don't just meet the standard, you plan on setting it. You have to start seeing yourself as the boss. And believe me, your mind will shape your body. Low-power signals are all about anxiety and making yourself smaller, hunched over, moving with this quick, nervous energy. That tells every reptile brain in the room that you're a subordinate. High-power signals are the exact opposite. They are expansive.
You take up space. Your movements are slow, deliberate, measured. Your posture is open, confident. You are communicating, without saying a word, that you are calm, you are in control, and you are a force.
Okay, time for a personal audit. These behaviors right here, they are poison to your status, and you have to surgically remove them from your life. Fawning over people, idolizing them, that just puts them on a pedestal and signals you're happy to be beneath them. Stewing in silence when you're disrespected, that's passivity, and it shows you're too weak to hold your own boundaries. And passive aggression is just weakness trying to look clever. Flip-flopping on decisions, it shows you have zero conviction. These have to go, period. And in their place, you install a brand new operating system. It's built on these principles. Decisiveness. Because you know what? Even a wrong decision is better than no decision. Emotional steadfastness. You're a rock. You're not thrown off course by external drama. You enforce your boundaries directly, without apology. When someone disrespects you, you push back right then and there. And you own your convictions, especially when they're not popular. This is the architecture of power. Now, if you think these rules only apply to your career, you are dangerously wrong. The most primal arena where these status signals play out is in our relationships. The dynamics of attraction are governed by these exact same unspoken rules. And some of the science here is deeply counterintuitive to what we're told today, which is exactly why you need to understand it. Take a look at this finding from a 2013 study. It absolutely sent shockwaves through the media because it seemed to completely contradict the modern story. The prevailing idea was that as relationships became more egalitarian, they'd get better in every way, but the data from this particular survey, well, it pointed in a very different direction. So what in the world is going on here? Well, the study was basically a showdown between two big ideas. The first, exchange theory, says relationships are like a rational marketplace. You trade chores for affection. But in this study, the data just didn't back that up. The second theory, sexual scripts theory, suggests that desire is often sparked by these deep, ingrained cultural scripts about masculinity and femininity. And in this case, this theory was supported by the data. And this quote from sociologist Pepper Schwartz just nails it. She points out that when roles become perfectly the same, the polarity that often fuels attraction can fade. It can lead to this comfortable but passionless sibling-like dynamic. The research here suggests that for some couples, actually performing gender difference, not sameness, can be a key ingredient for desire. It hints at an unspoken rule that's running underneath our modern ideals. Okay, let's pull this all together. We have deconstructed the trap. We have looked at the psychology behind it. We've seen how it plays out in the real world. So how do you escape? How do you actually use this knowledge to build that aura of effortless superiority? Well, the answer isn't to stop working hard. The answer is to change where and how you work. The solution, the secret weapon, is something called deliberate practice. This means you work harder than anyone you know, but you do it behind closed doors. The gym, the library, the late nights grinding away, that is your training ground. That is where you struggle, where you fail, where you push yourself to the absolute brink. You embrace the grind when nobody is watching. The performance is for the public. The struggle is for you and you alone. This is the path. Number 1, you reprogram your mind. You are not a student. You are a future master. Number 2, you commit to brutal private practice. The world sees the flawless victory, not the 1,000 failures that got you there. 3, when you're on stage, in public, you project calm, decisive energy. You are the leader. And 4, you let your mastery do the talking. Your results are the only signal you need. You don't talk about the work, you show the results of the work. And this, right here, is the final choice you have to make. The societal script, the one designed to keep you in your place, it demands that you perform your struggle for everyone to see. It wants your validation seeking, it wants your public display of effort. But the unspoken rule, the one that governs the world of real power, is to perform your mastery. You show them the magic trick, but you never, ever reveal how it's done. So, you're at a crossroads. You can click away, go back to the comfortable illusion, and keep running on that hamster wheel of visible effort, wondering why you never get any respect. Or you can make a decision right now. You can choose to see the hidden architecture of power. The choice to subscribe, it isn't about helping a channel. It's a declaration that you are done with the lies. This is not just a channel. It is a movement for people who are ready to operate in the real world. If what I said resonated with you, then subscribe. Comment with your own stories of the status trap. Ring that bell so you are never left out of the loop. It is time to learn the unspoken rules.